Underground Orte.
Nel centro storico di Orte ci sono
There are other places to see in Orte's town centre, not just buildings or museums, but a very special setting, where time really seems to stand still. This is Underground Orte.
È la Orte Sotterranea.
A city under the city. This is how we can consider Underground Orte. The entire rocky hill has a network of intersecting tunnels with a total length of 1,600 meters. These passageways were built starting from the 5th century before Christ as a way to recover rainwater from the tufa rock and to carry spring water to the city fountains.
The main tunnel is about 500 meters long and carried water from the ancient spring to the nearby Grazie Hill. And we can see the various stages of the works conducted in excavating the tunnel system. We can see false ceilings preserving the forms of river reeds and wooden supports used to build them, and the lateral openings to drain off water if it's exceeded the maximum level. A branch of the aqueduct provided water to the underground nymphaeum. Designed and built in the early 16th century, it can be classified among the so-called places of the light, which later became widespread in Italian-style gardens. It consists of 4 decorated chambers entirely excavated in the rock, with 3 elements characterizing the Renaissance landscape: the natural environment, ancient ruins with an imitation Etruscan tomb, and the divine element represented by the generating, life-giving principle of flowing water.
Another site open to visitors is the underground dovecote. The one we see is the largest one now accessible and is located on the northern side of Orte, overlooking the Tiber Valley.
It originated between the 12th and 13th centuries in chambers which may have existed previously. It has 2 main rooms designed solely for raising pigeons and not for funeral use, as it's sometimes believed.
Intorno al XV-XVI secolo,
Between the 15th and 16th centuries, this dovecote was modified and its original form altered, with the excavation of other chambers for use as cellars.
a semplici cantine.
In the basement of the former hospital, a steep stairway leads to a perfectly preserved snow well. A crude inscription dates the chamber to the late 19th century.
A che cosa serviva e che cos'era il
What were snow wells and what were they used for? The name itself tells us. The winter months, ice and snow was brought from the nearby Cimini mountains and placed in this well. Thanks to the low temperatures, medicines and food used in the hospital above could kept here. In other words, it was like today's refrigerator.
Another branch of the overflow tunnel from the main channel leads to a cistern that probably dated originally from the Middle Ages. Placed at the end, the cistern is like a parallelepiped, laying on its short side, and shows at least 2 phases after the possible medieval one. The first one dates from the early 17th century and has walls in Traventine slabs and hydraulic mortar. The second, more recent, phases dates from the mid-19th century with a brick coating over the earlier walls.
For people going to the overflow tunnel who did not know which direction to take in the flickering light of old lamps or torches, 2 small columns were carved at the start of the passageway leading to the main tunnel. Perhaps there was also something on the opposite side, towards the cistern. Unfortunately, we will never know what it showed.